News of an 11th F1 team for a movie has just come out. We're going to give you all those details in this video. But first, from Monza, where he's testing, where he's going to race this year, it's the one and only Brad Pitt. Hello, Brad Pitt.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno indeed. Really taking the Italian to heart, are you? So tell us about the testing, Brad.
Gorlami.
Gorlami, Brad?
Gorlami.
No, Brad. Inglourious Basterds was like 14 years ago. You got to get out of...
Gorlami.
Brad. Thank you for your time, I think.
Arrivederci.
But yes, I cannot believe I'm making this video, but Brad Pitt is apparently going to be in F1, working with Lewis Hamilton, who's a co-producer in this movie that they're making about F1, or an F1-themed movie. I'll tell you some of the people who are in it, some of the producers, director, all that. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are going to be working with Brad Pitt on this movie, so I guess he's working with Mercedes, so I guess this hat's not appropriate. We move on to the next one. Anyways, yes, this has been known for a while that there was going to be a movie with Lewis Hamilton as one of the producers, one of the consultants for this movie, kind of giving advice, giving some feedback on Formula One, on the background. You know, obviously, he's pretty well versed inside the sport. He's been there for a while. He's one of the most successful drivers. He knows a thing or two. So he would be a good person to talk to, but this movie is going to be starring Brad Pitt. One of the producers is going to be Jerry Bruckheimer, and then the director is going to be Joseph Kosinski. And they did some press conference today in Miami. The race is in Miami in the U.S. this year, or this week, obviously this week, not this year. Well, technically it is this year. You guys understand what I'm saying. But Will Buxton reporting this. What an honor to host the final panel of the day at F1 Accelerate with movie royalty Jerry Bruckheimer and Joseph Kosinski. Their F1 movie sounds incredible. They're creating an 11th team and filming on track and on event from Silverstone to the end of the year. They've spent 18 months taking what they've learned on Top Gun Maverick to develop the smallest movable 6K camera ever designed to take the viewer into the cockpit. A cockpit in which their stars will actually drive. That's right, Brad Pitt driving an F1 car from Silverstone onwards. The car has been designed by Mercedes and is already testing. You may have seen a video online, as are their actors in sim and real life. Lewis Hamilton is in daily communication and is advising on storyline and script to ensure it's the most accurate racing film ever made. Joseph says Frankenheimer's Grand Prix is his biggest touchstone. Both he and Jerry are determined to make the most accurate, most impressive race movie anyone has ever seen. Oh, and Tom Cruise has already offered to do some extra driving if they need him. Now, there's two sides of me for this. Let's go with the optimistic, positive side. I love movies. I love watching a good movie. And I love when a movie is accurate. And I appreciate that the producers, the director, the writers of this movie want to be as accurate as possible. As they said, they want to be the most accurate racing movie ever. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty cool if you ask me. The fact that they're going to be putting actors in F1 cars, it's a cool concept. It's going to look great on screen, and I'm actually looking forward to this movie. Once again, if they can truly get it as accurate as possible and they have Lewis Hamilton helping him, I'm looking forward to this movie. I will be going to the theater to watch this movie. And you've got some top-tier actors in there as well, like Brad Pitt. I'm looking forward to this one. I will be going to the movie theater to watch this. So yeah, as a movie lover, I think it's a great idea. I think the approach to it is really good. I hope the story is really good, the script, all that. But then you got the racing side of things. I have a lot of questions on how this is going to get done. So, F1 has their practice sessions, qualifyings, and then the race. And how is this going to work? Like, do you know how much it usually takes to get someone in an F1 car alone? For a test session, for even a full-time seat, you got to get your practice hours, your testing hours. You have to get your super license points in F2. It takes a lot to get in an F1 car full time. And now we're going to put actors in the cars at the same time as a Grand Prix weekend. How is this going to work? Like, genuinely, I'm genuinely asking, how is this going to work? Are they really going to put Brad Pitt, who I don't think has any racing experience, especially in an F1 car, on the same track as 20 of the best drivers in the world? How is that going to work? It's not like there's pace laps. Like in NASCAR, there's pace laps and everyone's going like 60 miles an hour and driving slow, and you can't really, you got to be pretty dumb to wreck. F1 doesn't have pace laps unless it's behind the safety car, and the only time the safety car happens is if there's a crash or if it's like a rain start and they're doing a rolling start. But if it's dry, sunny, they do a formation lap and everyone's trying to get up to speed, trying to get their tires warm. Like, you can't really get racing side-by-side action with Brad Pitt's car. Like, are they going to do 2 formation laps? Are they going to build in an extra 15 to 20 minutes of practice just so Brad Pitt can get his movie in? How is this going to work? Genuinely, like, imagine if Brad Pitt at Silverstone wrecks like Max Verstappen or something. Let's say Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez are like 2 points apart heading into Silverstone. And on the formation lap, they put Brad Pitt on pole for movie purposes, or they give him his own little grid slot ahead of Max Verstappen, and he accidentally wrecks Max Verstappen during the formation lap. Like, what in the world are we going to be doing? Like, that's going to be like the biggest, upsetness, like the biggest joke in F1 history. Like, how are they going to execute this? I'm genuinely curious, but also concerned, because I don't want to put someone who's never driven an F1 car on the track. Obviously, I think they've been in communication with F1 if they're going to actually put a car on track. I don't know. And then also, let's not even talk about the 11th team. If you want to add a team to the grid for actual results and stuff, you have to have an entry fee. I think Andretti's going through that process. It's at least $250 million. The other teams have to approve it. The FIA has to approve it. F1 has to approve it. All these people have to approve it. And it's such a process. Did they go through this process, or is this just like a fake 11th team? I'm very confused. But Mercedes is helping, apparently. So I guess that's why they're slow this year. They've been focusing on a movie car. That's a joke. That's a joke. Mercedes fans, don't come at me. It's a joke. But, I really don't know what to expect with this thing. Like, how are they going to execute this? Are they going to be doing it during the race? Like, if there's a safety car, they go out there, they get their shots that they need. They're going to go out for practices and just kind of stay away from people. Like, what's going to happen here? I thought that when they were trying to get F1 shots, like in an F1 car, I genuinely thought they were just going to rent out a track for a day and make laps. And then maybe, buy another team's car for a day, or buy a cheap car from them and race against that, put some other people in the cars, run a little bit slower so you don't wreck each other, stuff like that. But no, they are going to the schedule from Silverstone onwards. I don't even know how many races that is. Let's call it 12. But that's definitely going to be a moment of all time. Realize how I didn't say greatest or worst. It's just going to be a moment of all time. But from a movie aspect, the movie part of me is like, yes, let's do it. Let's see how epic we can make this, how realistic we can make this. Get some awesome shots, get a good script in there, get a good cast. You already got some good cast. Brad Pitt's a fantastic actor. I'm really excited for the movie. How are they going to do it, though, and how is it going to affect F1 itself? Can we not run them at the same time? Or if we are, can we make sure it's really slow so they don't wreck? Because I don't want there to be a big controversy and then social media to explode again like it usually does. And then, and then if you're a driver, if you're like an F2 driver or someone who's trying to get your super license, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you that you can't get a super license, but Brad Pitt can? How mad are those people? And then Colton Herta, he already made his thoughts known. But yeah, that's the news today. for F1. Miami's this weekend. If anyone wants to send me down there, hi, just let me know if you want to send me a lot of money and a plane ticket and some food coupons or some. Actually, I'll cover the food if you get me the hotel, plane ticket, race ticket. I got you. But yeah, Miami's this weekend. On the NASCAR side of things, we got Kansas. Brad Pitt's going to be in an F1 car. That'll be something. Let me know your thoughts on this. First of all, let me know your thoughts on the movie. Are you excited for this movie? Are you going to go watch this movie? As I told you guys, my opinions on it. And then also let me know what your thoughts are on potentially Brad Pitt being on an F1 track with 20 of the best drivers in the world. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys this weekend for the videos, for the post-race videos, and any other news that comes up.